Okay, so to give you a little bit of context, a little backstory on how this title came to be, I assume it's something like how the US or America tried to nuke itself. Well, last night I went to a John Oliver and Seth Meyers joint stand-up comedy show. And if you know anything about John Oliver, essentially how he presents a lot of his comedy sketches are starting off with a pop culture reference, for this one being Oppenheimer. And then he presents a wild story that, really relates to that particular issue, and it ties it together in all a comedic fashion. Extremely intelligent, witty. I mean, I was on the floor laughing, but then I also was looking that stuff up after the comedy skit. So essentially, he brought up Oppenheimer, and what happened was, he was talking about the great achievement and the great feat of creating such a destructive power, and how humans are capable of doing that, yet still blundering in the worst way possible. It's like we were able to figure out the theory of relativity, yet we still have oopsies with it. I don't know if that applies, but, just an example of something smart and then we do something dumb. In this case, there was Oppenheimer and the achievement of the feat once again. And it's one of the highest grossing box office hits of the year. Everybody knows about it. Everybody knows about Hiroshima and Nagasaki. But yet we, as Americans in particular, do not know that the US accidentally almost nuked itself not once but twice. Oopsies, right? Well, essentially the story goes, in 1961, somewhere over in North Carolina, two B-52 bombers were flying over that area with two bombs, 250 times the power of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. And I know that's not what they're named, but I'm just using it as an example. And the story sounded so ridiculous for the fact that a plane went down and two bombs fell out of the sky into North Carolina, and thankfully they didn't detonate, but they came dang close. You would think that would be a story we have all heard at once in our life, but I can tell you for a matter of fact, I have never even sniffed a story like that. It's a weird way of saying it. It got so close that 3 of the 4 protocols to detonate the bomb went off when they found the bomb. So we were like one step away from wiping out North Carolina. Probably one I understand why they buried. But not only did that happen once, where 2 bombs fell out, like a few years later in South Carolina, I don't know what we have against the Carolinas, but we accidentally oopsied another bomb onto that area. And this one was even dumber. Essentially, the guy that was kind of like around the bomb apparently at the time in the plane that was flying over, like used some sort of lever or something to prop himself up and to get up to a certain area. And when he did that, it was like the release lever. And so he released the bomb and just sees it go rolling down onto South Carolina. That's gotta be the most ridiculous story ever. I mean, imagine you're that guy and you see an atomic bomb floating down because you did something so stupid. I mean, that is the biggest, I imagine that guy's, the feeling in that guy's gut. I guess thankfully they covered it up well. Well, I wanted to go ahead and confirm that with you guys today, so I'm going to go ahead and do my little research process real quick, kind of show you, run you through what went through my mind last night when I was looking this up through Google. So I'm going to go ahead and prop my camera up right here. It's going to be my webcam for today, and we're going to, boom, here we are, right? I think hopefully this is it. I'm going to go ahead and put on my glasses because I can't see anything, and I think hopefully this works out well. All I have to do is literally type in America nuking North Carolina. Did the U.S. almost, there it is, right there. Did the U.S. almost nuke North Carolina? And then you will find out that this story is confirmed. 2 nuclear bombs that fell into North Carolina in 1961 were just one step away from detonating. The News and Observer, this is, January 23. And if we go to Wikipedia right here, because the all-knowing and all-truthful sense of Wikipedia, but I'm gonna take it with a grain of salt right here. It's literally called the 1961 Goldsboro B-52 crash. There's the nuclear bomb itself. Not 1, but 2 right here. A B-52 in Goldsboro. Because the aircraft, I assume, a lot of they had a fuel issue. The plane went down, and next thing you know, 2 bombs at 2 and 4 megatons. That was the yield, which is I know a lot. Just fell onto the earth, and we almost blew our. I can't believe this story. I cannot believe this story, and how I'd love to know if there are any kind of other stories like this. But as you can see, yeah, there's the bomb. There's the bomb that fell into the field. They show it right there. I mean, that is crazy to see something like that. And I think they declassified it recently in like 2013 or 2017. But if we go down, 2013, I believe, right there. Yeah, it's September 13th declassification. There's even like a little nuclear mishap of what happened. I'm like, holy crap. These are stories in our history that you just don't get told in school. And I think if we go even further, the 1964 Savage Mountain B-52 crash, I believe this is the one that might have been over, I guess it was Maryland. He might have got the state wrong. But if we look at the accident description going in, 4 years, I mean, what is it? 3 years later, we found a way to do it again. I guess if we go even a little bit further, there's like a whole list of them, it looks like. It looks like there's plenty of nuclear accidents, but we talk all about how, we dropped this and how smart we were and deliberate we were with everything that had to be, protocol for this. Yet we still found a way to, at the end of the day, blunder. I mean, if we go down, it just continues to go and continues to get further and further. I guess this goes even further as well into like nuclear reactors, but the nuclear bomb ones, those are the ones that are just mind-blowing. Accidental loss and recovery of thermonuclear bombs. I mean, this is what's happening. I just thought I'd go ahead and open you guys up to this. I thought I'd go ahead and use this as an opportunity to kind of just scour the internet and show you kind of what I was thinking right here. Obviously, interestingly enough, this is a problem, and this is something that people could address. But I thought it was fascinating the fact that how relevant it is today, and how in pop culture we've seen so much about thermonuclear bombs, or just nuclear bombs in general, weapons of mass destruction. How much of a fine line it is between taking an eraser to the whole world. We try to project the fact that, how we have the best minds working on this, yet we still have accidental destruction, loss, and recovery of nuclear bombs. I guess for anything, it brings into relativity, more emphasizing that, let me take these bad boys off, there's a reflection. We as a species are not responsible enough to, to have one of these bad boys. Or just like, it sounds like we can't. We've gotten lucky a lot. I don't know. I thought it was an interesting story. I thought it was fascinating. Thank you, John Oliver, for really bringing this up. But, man, it's fascinating stuff, I guess. So otherwise from that, thank you all for watching. Comment down below your reactions. I don't really know what to say on this. If anything, if there's any more wild stories like this that, you typically don't see, I'd love to keep doing, like, more breakdowns and giving a little opinion on it and then scouring the internet for a second. I'm sure I'll get better at this. That was probably a little janky, but we'll see. Otherwise from that, guys, thank you all for watching. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.